Hi, this is Brent Haynes with Woodsound Flutes. I'm delighted to be speaking with you today, and I have some really exciting news to share with you. The flute that I'm holding in my hands is one of my favorite flutes that we've made this year. This is a flute made out of yellow cedar burl and Honduran rosewood burl. It's in the key of mid-A. I think this flute is so beautiful. I love the joining of these two woods. These are two of my favorite woods. I love them partly because I came about them through great sacrifice, through great personal sacrifice. I had to travel all over the country to get these woods. But that's not why I'm so excited about the flute. I'm not so excited about them because I had to travel all the way to Vancouver Island, all the way up to Campbell River, a 3,000-mile trip to get this yellow cedar burl, nor because I had to fly all the way to Atlanta, Georgia to get this Honduran rosewood burl from Utah. Gosh, I don't know how many miles that was. I probably logged over 6,000 miles just to get the wood, to get this flute. So it's not that reason that I'm so excited about this flute. The reason I'm so excited about this flute and the other flutes that I have here to share with you, the reason I'm so excited about them is because I'm introducing a new voicing. The new voice is called the half moon voice. Now the half moon voice is a new technique or a new modification that I've come up with for our flutes. You know, over the years, I always have strived to increase the quality of my instruments. It's something that just drives me. You know, back in 2009, many of you know, it was kind of a renaissance, if you will, for Woodsounds. That was a time when I went through and redesigned the voice box of the Woodsounds flute. I actually, back in 2009, created a diagram of the Woodsounds voice box, and I drew out the voice box of the Woodsounds flute, created diagrams of it, and labeled all of the different surface areas of the Woodsounds voice box. Created all these different names for everything in there, labeled them, and came up with 15 different surfaces that we manipulate to create the voice of the Woodsounds flute. Through that, we really had a renaissance and brought Woodsounds out of the Dark Ages into what is the current enlightenment of the Woodsounds voice, what you know today as Woodsounds voice, which is this incredible sound that we have today. Now, this half moon voice is not that kind of a change. It's a different sort of a change. It's something altogether different. It is not a redesign of the voice box. It's altogether different. It is actually an addition to the voice box. It's an addition to the flute. It's an adding of an element to the instrument, a reflective body, if you will, to the instrument. And so it's a permanent addition to the instrument. It's not something that you remove and take out and put back in. It's something that once it's put in place, it stays in place and is permanent to the instrument. But when it's in place, and once it's installed and in place, it creates a sound that is just spectacular. It creates a dynamic to the instrument that I think is just wonderful. My personal impression of the half moon voice is that it creates 10 to 20% more volume, that it creates more dynamic capability, that you're able to push the flute more. You're also able to back off the flute more and get more subtlety out of the instrument when you're playing it softly. So you're able to play it louder and softer. You are able to get more from the instrument in terms of clarity and dynamic projection, and it has more resonance and fullness to the voice. And so it's something that I think has just made an incredible difference to the instrument. I'm very excited about it. And so it's difficult to electronically share it with you. It's something that I think it is subtle in nature. As a musician, it's something that you do need to experience, and typically it's something that you need to play one instrument next to another to really get the full experience between the differences between the two. Now, we're are my instruments great right now as they are? Absolutely. This instrument that I'm holding in my hands, I had before the half moon. I half moon voiced it. It was awesome. I absolutely loved this instrument. It was incredible. I actually took this instrument up with me to Flute Quest, and it was not half moon voiced, and I was in love with this instrument. Absolutely in love with it. But I brought it back, and I was getting this newsletter ready that I sent out to you a couple of days ago, and I thought, I want to have this flute and offer it as a half moon voice flute because I think it's going to be even better. So I went ahead and I put the half moon voice in it, and it just took it to a whole new level. And from the point where I loved it before, it just was even better, and it just became so much more. And so now, as a musician, these subtle changes, these things that we do, they are subtleties. They're things that when you play a wonderful guitar and you fall in love with the nuances of the sound. If you're not really playing the instrument, if you're just lightly, playing the instrument and not really getting into it, then you're not going to get the benefit of it. But if you're really digging in and getting all you can out of the instrument, that's when all these nuances come into play, and you really get the benefit of these subtleties and these half moon voice and all the benefits that we're building into them. Personally, I love it. I want to share it with you, and I hope you enjoy it too. This again is in the key of A, and this is half moon voiced. This is probably my favorite flute right now in my collection, and again, it's a rosewood burl with yellow cedar burl. Anyways, again, yellow cedar burl and Honduran rosewood burl. I love it. Gorgeous instrument. Hope you enjoy that as well. So all of the flutes that I'll share with you today are all half moon voice. honestly, these flutes that I'm sharing with you, they really didn't need half moon voice. They all sounded wonderful before I half moon voiced them. When I half moon voiced them, they just became exceptional. You know, they really were just off the hook instruments after that. And you know, so it's you know, am I going to do the half moon voice on all my flutes? I'm not going to do it. It's, you know, one of the problems that I have is that in order to make my flutes, well, the problem that I have is that when I make a flute, it's really hard for me not to make it as awesome as I can. And man, I struggle with it. It is brutal. You know, I struggle not putting, you know, really amazing inlay on every instrument. I struggle not putting the most incredible burl I can on the most plain flute. It's hard. It is really, really hard for me not to make every single flute as beautiful as I possibly can make. And it's a real problem. And the problem that I have is that when I do that, when I put all that I can into a flute, it ends up costing too much, and I just can't do it. And so I have to pull back on an instrument to keep the cost down in order to make them more affordable. And it's really a difficult problem for me. And so it's just it's a tough part of my personality, because I have this perfectionist problem. And so, you know, holding back is really, really difficult. And so I have to draw a line, and so this is where I've chosen I don't have to do this on flutes, and because it's not necessary. The flutes that I have right now are incredible, and I don't have to do the half moon voicing. It's not necessary. They're already awesome. And but this is something that we can do, and it does sound great. So we're going to offer it as an option for people that they can choose to have done to their flutes, and that way you can have it if you want, and if you don't want it, well, that's fine too. It's no problem. And that way we can keep flutes affordable for people. And so, anyways, so that's what we're trying to do. And so. Anyway, I think what we will do, though, is that on all our real higher-end flutes, I think we'll start from now on keeping the higher-end flutes. We'll probably build in the half-moon voicing into the higher-end flutes. So, at any rate, that's what I'm thinking of right now. So, so anyways, this again is Hunter and Rosewood burl and yellow cedar burl, and it is in the key of F sharp. The next flute I have to share with you is a gorgeous instrument that that we did some inlay on, that I'm very proud of. As you've probably seen in some of my last videos, some inlaid flutes where I did some solid mother of pearl inlay. This flute is another one of those flutes, and this is the second flute that I did the solid mother of pearl inlay. It has the medicine man inlay down here in the bottom, and also a little buffalo inlay up here in the top. I'm really excited about this flute. as I was the last one, is these images all came from the Sand Island Park panel, the rock art panel down in southern Utah. It's down by Bluff, Utah. You're welcome to go down there and check it out. It's a beautiful panel of rock art. You can see a lot of these images if you go to my Facebook page. You're welcome to see these images there, or email me. I'm happy to send you these images. They're from pictures that I took there this last April when I was down there. And I actually just took these images and used Photoshop and took the images off of Photoshop and used those images to transfer them to the flute to create these inlays. And I just think they're beautiful. I love them. They take a lot of time to do, and so that's what causes the price of this flute to be what it is, to be as high as it is. So I apologize about that. I hate it to be as much as it is, but it does take quite a bit of time. But I think the artwork is definitely worth it. It's very beautiful, and I just love it. I think it's really gorgeous. Anyways, the flute sounds spectacular as well. It's made out of black palm, and it's trimmed with coconut palm. We also call it red palm. Black palm is a very strong wood as well. It's fairly heavy. It's a fairly dense wood, and then of course we half moon voiced this flute. Just to make it extra special, and it is in the key of G. And so actually the last three flutes I'll share with you are all in the key of G. Anyways, a fun little piece. You probably all have heard that on my website. I enjoy it. It's a little piece called Spring that Will Holmes, my friend, wrote. Anyways, again, that's key of G and black palm flute. Lovely instrument. Next flute I'll share with you is red molly and corugata burl. I think this flute is absolutely stunning, and it's trimmed with turquoise and African blackwood. Has a little bear totem on it that is just beautiful. Has some of the cream in it of the red molly. You know, sometimes I am just blown away by wood, and this is one of those times. It just is astounding to me. When I see these woods, I'm just amazed, you know. There's just, it is just amazing to me that we live in such a remarkable world, and that there's so many incredible, beautiful things that we have to partake in and to behold. It really is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to be a part of. It's gorgeous, gorgeous instrument. Molly and corugata. Spectacular. Love it. The last flute I'll share with you today is Amboyna burl. Love Amboyna burl, love the smell of it, and love the sound of it. It normally has a very sultry sound, kind of a husky sound, but with a half moon voicing in it, it clarifies it a little bit and takes a little bit of the huskiness out, brings a little bit more clarity into it, a little bit more focus. And so I kind of like it a little bit more, actually. And so this flute sounds really amazing, I think. I loved it before, and now I think it is really, really amazing. Anyways, here we go. Well, I hope you enjoy that. Again, Amboyna burl. I'm Brent Haynes with Woodsound Flutes. Half Moon Voicing. Love to talk to you. 801-822-1415. Woodsounds Flutes. www.com. Woodsounds.com. Look forward to talking to you.